Ναι.
Και λέει μάλιστα στο μύθο του κομματιασμένου Διονύσου από τους Τιτάνες, λέει ότι η θεά Αθηνά διέσωσε την καρδιά του. Και τη μετέφερε στους αιθέρες. Από τον καπνό όμως του κορμιού του Διονύσου βγήκαν οι ψυχές των ανθρώπων. Και μία προφητεία λέει ότι άμα σμίξουν οι ψυχές των ανθρώπων με την καρδιά του Διονύσου, θα γίνει ξανά ένας φλογερός ήλιος. Ξανά ένας φλογερός ήλιος, θα μάθουμε τώρα την ο Διόνυσος, θα τα πούμε, που θα λάμψει ξανά στο εμπίριο και ο Διόνυσος ο Όσιρης θα αναστηθεί.
The vampires call themselves the Reborn or the Many-Born. In ancient Egypt, those who desired initiation and transformation underwent a death and rebirth ritual by being blindfolded and led into the center of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was claimed that those who died in the pyramid were resurrected as gods. They became powerful wizards called the Jedi, which is where George Lucas got his Jedi. In modern times, the rite of vampiric transformation still requires clinical death. Some vampires are born, and often discover at around puberty that they are a bit different from most people. This type usually claim to have many past lives, as opposed to the human, whose soul is fresh and will only die once. This cycle of death and rebirth is often symbolized with a serpent eating its own tail. The many names these converted ones have gone by throughout the centuries are witches, warlocks, druids, vampires, and of course, the Jedi. Although Freemasons do in fact conduct real rituals of transformation, they also reenact those rites by having initiates lowered into a pyramid while blindfolded. The good folks at Yale's Skull and Bones fraternity also reenact the ritual of death and rebirth by climbing into a coffin and being quote-unquote reborn as bonesmen, after which they are allegedly told that they are now superior to the human cattle. But considering the pedigree of its members, I'm sure they were already under that impression. These steps of initiation are symbolized by paths from one Sephirah to another. Here, the initiate makes his way from Malkuth to Kether. Lucifer's fall from the highest abode in the heavens is frequently represented by a lightning bolt, whereas the human's path upwards may include a snake. In modern times, the rite of vampiric transformation still requires clinical death. In modern times, the rite of vampiric transformation still requires clinical death.
Right. Valentina?
Yes.
See you later.
Yes. See you later, Adrian.
There is another kind of spiritual transformation available to those black magicians who walk the left-hand path, often called Satanism. These magicians, using the power of the fallen angels Lucifer and Lilith, are united with both the angelic and demonic counterparts. Human beings who have undergone this ritual of transformation become what are commonly known as vampires. Like all spiritual development, the vampiric rite is irreversible. But unlike the great work, it requires the selling of one's soul to Satan. After the vampiric rite, the individual has no chance of redemption and no chance to enter heaven. From this fact have vampires been rightly labeled the damned.